We all want to thank you. I think our whole MIB Agents team wants to thank you so much for coming and being part of this. And actually, related to that, please remember to fill out the surveys on your tables, because that really does help us for planning the next year and making it even better and improving it. And I hope, I remember last year, Dr. Shea used this term. She called us an academic festival, which I loved. But I hope, in addition to kind of learning a lot and being inspired and getting new ideas, that you all also take away a feeling. So for our patients and our caregivers, I hope you walk away from this conference feeling connected and supported, and knowing that that's kind of, when we plan this conference, we do put a lot of love into this conference, and I hope you all feel that. Because for our patient community, we want you to feel loved. We know what you're going through or what you've been through, and we want you to feel loved and connected and supported. And likewise, for our scientific community, we so appreciate all the work that you do. And again, we know that this is not, there are a lot easier jobs out there than what you guys are doing. And we again thank you for your resilience and your perseverance. And I hope you walk away knowing how much this community appreciates you, and that we want to support you. Again, whether that is through funding or whether that is through engaging the patient community to support your work with data or samples, whatever we can do, that's kind of what we're here to do. So I hope you walk away feeling that coming out of this conference. I want to, of course, thank our speakers for your wonderful presentations, amazing content, and for staying on time. And also our poster presenters. We brought back the posters this year, and it was awesome to see that content out there, but also to see all the engagement around the posters and the conversations. And I also just want to thank all the attendees, because again, we kind of just provide this year was an amazing space, but you guys really provide, you guys are the magic, right? You guys are the special sauce in this conference. All the interaction, the conversations, and whether it was asking questions during the panel discussions, sharing a meal with someone that sparked perhaps a conversation or maybe gave you insight into the patient experience, all those things are really magical ways of interacting, engaging, that again, we hope you walk away kind of further igniting and feeling that passion, and keeps you going for another year until you come back next year. So, hand it over to you. So thank you so much.
Four minutes to spare, Christina. Also, how much do we love that Christina's thanking you for staying on time, as if we had a choice. So my job is also to say thank you. And normally, if I were going to say thank you to everybody that I needed to say thank you to, we'd need to add on a day. And so I'm gonna start by saying thank you to Keely Tamayose and the Tamayose family from Hawaii, because Keely, whose sister was very dear to all of us, passed away from osteosarcoma, and so they come from Hawaii and come to this conference. Keely's now on our junior advisory board, and she made me it's called a lepo'o. So she made me this, which is a very special thing in Hawaii. Okay, so thank you for making Factor a success to so many people in this room. And one thing we say a lot, okay, well, this is really important to MIB, and this component is really important, and this is a thing that we love to do. But at the foundation, I'm gonna give you like the real secret sauce here, like hang on to your hats. The real secret sauce to what we do is everything we do is built on a foundation of love. That's it. That's the key to everything. We love for me, my fellow patients. We love the people who serve them, and the researchers and the doctors. I'm so grateful to have the team that we have at MIB. We truly love working together and collaborating with each other, and that extends out to this conference and literally everything we do. It's absolutely mission-driven. We always go back to, we have a decision to make and we're unclear, we go back to the mission, we go, does this thing make it better for kids with osteosarcoma? That's the bar right there. Underneath that bar, foundation of love all the way. So in this room, mostly around the perimeter of this room, are these people. Our volunteers are exactly, purely, beautifully, and remarkably, wholeheartedly volunteers. They come here, they spend their vacation here serving this community with so much love. Like the love just like keeps bubbling up to the top, and it's with and through these people. We could not do this. I keep getting thanked, and you got to look in the back of the room and on the sides, and those are the people you need to thank. They're the ones who are running this thing while I'm talking to people and, you know, everything else, you know, the stuff that I do. Okay, they're doing most of it. And then we have our partners, 730 Eddie, also in the back of the room, also travel with us wherever we go. They come to every conference. They have been recording these sessions so that they're available for people who cannot make the conference. Grand America Hotel, fantastic. The National Ability Center, who ran our Doctors versus Warriors this year and took care of our junior advisory board when we went to the National Abilities climbing gym, and they facilitated our different ability climbing, which was just a really, such an exciting and empowering thing to do. And then we have our sponsors. First and foremost, as if you were here on the first day, you know how I feel about Serb Pharmaceuticals. They are a part of so much of what we do, and we could not do the conference without Serb Pharmaceuticals. This is a relationship in every sense of the word. We're so grateful for them. They interact with our junior board, with our, you know, our partners, our other partners, our clinicians. And they're our friends, and we're just grateful for that. So thank you to SERB, and thank you to Intermountain Children's Health, to Dr. Dietz, to Joshua Schiffman, and the entire team at Intermountain Health, University Health. Power of Will. We could not have this number of junior advisory board members attend Factor without the power of Will. Because of Will and his dear mother, Sally, and Sally's sister, who's here, Kathy, we get to have the junior advisory board here. They sponsor the kids to come and be able to have this experience, as you heard the panel say, of love and belonging with and to each other. It means so much. As a grown woman, I learn from my fellow osteosarcoma patients all the time, and they make everything better. Sanofi, Cleveland Clinic, as always, just a regular and abiding partner. Nationwide Children's hosting our community dinner is a very big deal for us, and lots of other unseen things. St. Baldrick's, also a regular partner. Quad W, how grateful we are for Quad W and OSI as a partner in this mission to make it better for kids with osteosarcoma. We are mission aligned. People always wonder, do you guys really get along? And we really do. We really do. We kind of have our spaces in this space. We make sure we don't duplicate efforts, and we're very honored and proud to have them work with all of us together on moving this forward. YMABs, yeah, so okay, and Genentech, the giant Genentech. Giant Genentech, in words and in deeds, they've really done such a great job of supporting everything that we do. So thanks for that, and with that, I'm gonna stop talking and turn it over to, oh, I have one more slide, sorry. I thought I was doing this slide. No, I'm doing that slide after, isn't Mateo?
Well, sorry, I already blew it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so I don't know if you all can read the context clues in the room and in the, the giant slide, but I'm delighted to announce that a Factor 2026 will be in Can we all say it together? Columbus, Ohio, which is drivable for most people in this room. And so I hope, and well, I'm going to go with expect to see you all back in Factor 2026. This is Rob. He is with Nationwide Children's Hospital, and he'll tell you a little bit more.
I'll keep it very brief. Thank you so much, Ann. And I think I wrote a few things down, but I can't say it better than Ann did. We're mission aligned. MIB, Dr. Roberts, Dr. Scharschmidt, who had to hop on a plane earlier today to get back to Columbus. And that's why you have me and not one of them. But I'm speaking on behalf of our whole sarcoma team. We are mission aligned with MIB, and that's how this came to be. We are so excited, again, on behalf of the entire sarcoma team in Columbus, to work with MIB, to work with the Junior Advisory Board, everyone in this room, to make another amazing weekend in 2026 that's fulfilling, transformative, inspiring, to make it better. This has been, personally, this is my first conference, and I mean, my cup is full. I'm motivated to work tomorrow for the 2026 conference. So I look forward to seeing you all in Columbus, and thank you, Ann, thank you, MIB, thank you all of us for trusting us with this and partnering with us on this. I'm really, really looking forward to it. So thank you again.
Okay, over to Dr. Trucco now. Thanks, everybody.
So a huge round of applause for Ann and Christina for yet another incredible factor. I've lost count of how many people have come up to me to tell me not only was this a great factor, but every factor keeps getting better, and we don't know how that's possible, but you guys managed to just raise the bar every single time. Thank you to all the speakers who also raised the science. These scientific panels are on par with ASCO, AACR, any of the other conferences. Thank you for bringing all your talent here. Having attended a few of these factor conferences, I can say it is incredible to see, a young investigator a little shy the first time they come here, and over the years kind of come into their own, and now you can see, yes, the future of osteosarcoma research is in good hands. We are here because of the, let's call them seasoned investigators who have persevered through decades of really not seeing progress, but you are the giants on whose shoulders we stand, and you guys are still contributing, which is incredible. And the young investigators that are here for the first time, I mean, you're already standing up, asking questions, contributing, collaborating, awesome. And how great that so many of the Junior Advisory Board are going into the medical field in various ways to contribute to the future. So the future of osteosarcoma research is in great hands. And a couple people have mentioned the collaborations that started at Factor. I know of at least another handful that weren't even mentioned, and that's the beauty of Factor, bringing everybody together, sharing ideas, collaborating, so that everything moving forward would be that much better, and we persevere together. With that, I'm going to shut up and introduce Walker, our keynote speaker. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Walker Smallwood, and I'm on this year's MIB Junior Advisory Board, along with being the president of NextGen. I want to start by thanking all of you for spending the last 2 days dedicating hours of your busy schedules to learning, collaborating, and sharing your work with others. Some of you may be curious as to what NextGen is. I'm sure you've seen some of us wearing these little badges around, and it is my honor to be the person who is formally introducing this new group to all of you. As many of us on the Junior Advisory Board are beginning to age out, we felt the need to continue the work that we have begun on the board, and this led to the formation of NextGen, which, as Samuel Ulloa phrased so well, is a group formed to empower the next generation of rare cancer advocates through legislative action, mentorship, and deep-rooted community impact, ensuring young people aren't just the future, but the voice of the present. I tried to come up with something better, but that's really good. I and many others are so excited for the beginning of this group and can't wait to see what the future holds. Like many in this room, I'm an osteo survivor I was diagnosed with osteo in my left proximal tibia in 2018, and after 9 months of MAP chemo, multiple surgeries, and one recurrence in my left lung, I can happily say that I'm just over 5 years NED. Now, I have to be honest that when I was asked to give the closing remarks this year, my stomach dropped, and not because of the usual fear of public speaking that I definitely do have. My stomach dropped for another reason this year, and that's because just 2 years ago, I was asked to give the opening remarks. And I really pulled out all the stops for that. I was quoting poems, I was connecting song lyrics to osteosarcoma, I even had lots of jokes ready. So I did all this with the assumption that I wouldn't find myself up on a stage like this for a very long time, maybe never again. And now, obviously, here I am. So I'm gonna have to level with you. Shocking as it may seem, I don't read poetry. I don't spend much of my time connecting music to deeper meanings of osteosarcoma. And I only had so many jokes saved up. So all in all, I'm running very empty on speech material this year. At this rate, I've spent the better half of the last 2 weeks trying to think of what in the world I should put in this speech without just copying and pasting what you have already heard 2 years ago. So there's been a lot of crumpled up papers, and I'm gonna need to get a new backspace button for my computer. But just when I thought I was doomed, last night it hit me. What I've been looking for, it's been right here in front of me this whole time. As we gathered last night in the courtyard to soiree under the stars, as Matt Allen put so eloquently, I bumped into Dr. Weiss, and as we discussed what a great night it was, I asked him if he ever thought he would see something like this. And by this, I mean a place where we bring together not just the brightest minds in osteosarcoma, but also the patients and their families who are the reason all the doctors are here today. When I say this, I mean a place where in the middle of a giant party, I can walk up to Dr. Trucco, and I can pick his brain about some research he talked about on a random osteobites about 2 months ago. And when I say this, I mean a conference where you can look up from your conversation and see Dr. Healy in the middle of an osteo warrior dance circle absolutely rocking out to the song Shout. And without hesitation, Dr. Weiss looked at me and said, "You have no idea how spoiled you are." And that wasn't to be disparaging, it was to point out the obvious. There's nowhere else in the world where all those events could take place in 30 minutes, just like it did last night. As I'm writing this, I realized that this isn't just a conference, this is a family reunion. And I say this because as I return to factory each year and see the familiar faces from years prior, we strike up conversations that go beyond research and formal greetings. For example, Dr. McEachern and Dr. Patel this year have made it a point to not only share with me their amazing research, but they also like to rub in the fact that their Duke Blue Devils have been dominating my Kentucky Wildcats on the basketball court the past few years. Yeah, I get it, I know. And to that I say just wait until Next Factor. And I know that Next Factor will come, and I will once again see the familiar faces, because like I keep saying, this right here is a family, and a family sticks together. So to those of you here at Factor for the first time, I welcome you to the family, and I hope you enjoy the joy, hope, and love that has been radiating throughout this room for the past 2 days. Now, family is especially important in the low points of life, and I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge how low we have all felt at times. Being part of the osteo family is not for the faint of heart, and it doesn't come without a few tears shed. But I like to think that Factor is a celebration of life for those that we have lost. Instead of mourning, we come here together to make change and truly make it better. I firmly believe that those we have lost are in here in this room, and they're cheering us on as we inch closer to that cure. Before we leave here today, I want to share with you all something I learned in a history class from my freshman year of college. One class we discussed the butterfly effect. The name comes from the hypothesis that the flap from a butterfly's wings could cause a disturbance in the air that could trigger a tornado somewhere far away. While I believe that was disproven long ago, today we use the phrase butterfly effect to express how one small action can lead to larger, more unpredictable effects. One example we discussed in class that day was how the invention of the steam engine was a catalyst for the Industrial Revolution, how without it being invented, we would be living in a much different world than we are now. I like to think that factor is the steam engine in this situation, a catalyst for new ideas and enhanced collaboration. Every conversation that we've had here this weekend, every exchange of contact information, every presentation are all like a butterfly flapping its wings, causing that small disturbance that could lead to an amazing discovery. As we all leave here, by plane or by car, we're going to disturb the air. We're going to bring back new ideas, new vigor to the labs, hospital rooms, and all other places we may go. I know that sometimes the battle against osteosarcoma can feel like an impossible one. But I ask you to remind yourself that with every press of a pipette button, every hit of the enter key on an Excel sheet, you're disturbing the air just a little, just enough to have that downward cascade of limitless potential effects. Remind yourself that with every moment, or every movement, and every ounce of energy poured into your work, that the world is one step closer to finding an answer for this terrible disease. One step closer to ending all the heartache and suffering that we in the osteosarcoma community know too well, and one step closer to making our osteo family reunion much larger than it is today. Finally, I would like to take a second to appreciate all of you here. You and the people who came before you are the reason I'm standing up here today, and if it wasn't for you all, none of the survivors in this room and in this crowd would be here right now. The dedication you give your work is what gives us all the ability to be here. And at least to me, and I think everybody else, it's clear that after these 2 days, you all are in fact making it better for people with osteosarcoma. So thank you and safe travels.